Shyam, Shyam Radhe, Gopala, Krishna Hare, 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 Krishna.
Welcome everyone to Yoga Body and Mind. My name is Lois Nesbitt. I've been teaching yoga out here on the East End for more than 30 years. I also teach in New York City and around the globe. But today I'm just happy to be bringing yoga back to my home turf. My intention with this program is two things: to talk about what we do when we practice yoga, because there's many different styles and techniques out there, and then why we practice, and finally to help you to find a yoga that works for you. So there'll be 3 different formats for this series. I'll have segments that are devoted to practice, on the mat, in a chair, sometimes just in your street clothes, standing up. I'll have sessions that I call Yoga SOS, where I zoom in on specific body parts, common injuries, way to prevent and heal injuries that might have come from yoga or any other aspect of your life. And finally, little yoga talks again on the why, the ideas behind the yoga, so that hopefully you'll understand that yoga is more than cat and cow, up dog and down dog. So welcome, and let's get started. Welcome everybody to Yoga Body and Mind. My name is Lois Nesbitt, and today's practice I'm calling Economy of Effort. So yoga has become part of the fitness industry, and people often think of their yoga classes as a workout. I know this because I was hired at one point by a major health club chain in New York City, fitness centers, and they called the yoga instructors GFIs, and I didn't know what that meant. And it stood for Group Fitness Instructor. And a couple years later, when I was chosen by New York Magazine as one of the top 5 yoga teachers in the city, I went to read the magazine, and they also had the top 5 personal trainers, fitness instructors. And I was reading everybody's bios, and the fitness instructors were all talking about how hard their workouts were. You know, I make my clients come on all fours through broken glass with their one leg up in the air, and we do 48 minutes of holds in a 75, whatever, on and on about like how hard the workout was. No pain, no gain. And of course we all know about CrossFit. That's a model that's built on that exertion level. Marathons weren't enough, so we developed Ironmans, on and on. So yoga is not really about all that. It's not about no pain, no gain. Yoga is about getting a better life, learning how to live more easily. Now, yoga does give you access to power, energy. We call it prana in yoga, but that's energy. But it also gives you freedom and ease and balance and delight. So it's not going to be a workout. It's a work in. One of my students dubbed her yoga studio, the Inner Health Club. And I love that, because we're working on the body and the mind here, and we're working with the body, not against it. We're not trying to whip it into shape. So the question for you today is, what is your intention in practicing yoga? Because whatever intention you set, it's going to grow here. Yoga will magnify your efforts. So I live in New York City in the Hamptons. I work with a lot of type A people. In fact, I have this joke that I don't think you can survive in New York or the Hamptons if you're not type A. You just get trampled. Right? There's so much ambition here. There's so much fire, so much drive, so much ego. And unfortunately, along with that, the darker sides of that are a need to control, to dominate, to compete. I find myself, when there's no one else around, I compete with myself. Well, Lois, yesterday you did da-da-da. What's wrong?
Do you win?
Yeah. Sometimes, but it's no fun, right? It sucks all the joy out of it. So truly, what is it you truly want? Maybe you want to have sculpted biceps and a nice butt and all that. Yeah, but is that really your life's goal? Or are you looking for something deeper? So every time you come to your mat, ask yourself that and set the tone. So today we're going to focus on economy of effort because I don't want to wear you guys out and send you out into the day depleted. I want you to go out and be able to live a fun, energized, fruitful day. I assume there are other things in your life that you want that require your energy. It shouldn't be sucked out of you here. So this is going to require a little retooling of the way you practice, and I will guide you through it. But just a couple hints. It's not going to be all effort. It's not going to be all collapse or surrender. And it's going to be all parts of the body working at the same time, not some parts overworking and others hanging out. But we're going to start just seated with the breath. So it seems so simple, but in yoga we say that the inhale and the exhale are equal in length and equal in quantity and force. So as you inhale, just take an inhale on 3 counts. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. And notice you want the breath coming in and breath going out to be equal because the breath coming in requires effort and the breath going out is a surrender. So right there you set the template. If you maintain that equanimous breath throughout your practice, you will be less tempted to over effort or, if you're a slacker, to underperform. Also notice the same amount of air is entering and leaving the body at each point in the cycle. Okay, opening your eyes, unfold your legs, stretch out, shake out, and then swing your legs around to one side and just come onto all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And begin cat and cow timed with your breath. Actually, for today, if you can remember this, if you initiate the breath just a little before the movement, it creates a nice sense of sweetness and ease in the body. So start the inhale and then let your chest soften down. Start the exhale, then round up. So the breath, the energy is leading your way. It's not so much about your muscles making stuff happen. So a little different energetic shift, intentional shift. And now coming back to a neutral spine, walk your hands 1 hand length forward, or if you're already at the front of your mat, you can walk your knees back 5 or 6 inches. Lift up to downward facing dog and start pedaling out your feet. Alternate bending and straightening each knee, yes? Good. And then bend both knees and straighten both legs and just hold. Now, when we hold poses, so we're still in plank, in down dog, Antoinette, yeah. So when we hold poses, we can sense what's working and what's not. Maybe one hand is holding more weight than the other. Maybe the legs are not working as hard as the upper body. So finding that place where everything is participating, inner and outer arms, inner and outer thighs, right? Now come forward into plank. Hold. Now we're going to hold here for a little bit. I want you to see, we'll see if we can do 30 seconds. What's going to happen is if your body is not well aligned, it's going to get uncomfortable. So I'm going to give you guys some cues to keep things working well. Keep the hands where they are, but sweep them toward each other. Poke your butt up in the air almost like you're going to down dog, and then balance up by scooping your tailbone. Maybe rock forward and back a little in space and make sure that the weight is even on hands and feet, and then find the place in the middle. A few more seconds. Okay, and then come down onto all fours. So my teacher used to joke, but what if I held you here for 30 minutes? So I want you guys to learn how to reorganize so that something is sustainable. And I'm giving you cues so that you organize in an intelligent way. You don't just go into your default, oh, my right arm's stronger, so I think I'll just lean on my right arm for the rest of the day, right? That's not constructive use of the muscles. We're trying to get everything to participate. Okay, walk your knees back again and press up to down dog. And then bending your knees, walk forward and come up to stand. And stretch your arms up overhead, hook your thumbs, reach up and over to the right. And over to the left. And back to center, hands interlaced behind your back. Curl your head back into your hands, open up your chest, breathe into the front of your body. So one of our major misalignments in daily life is that we're always rounding forward. So even this simple act of arching back is going to create a new pattern in the body. It's going to allow more freedom. It's going to give you more energy and improve your posture. Arms extend alongside your ears. And then release and roll your shoulders. Okay, so our basic standing pose, which you are in right now, except feet a little closer together, is called Tadasana. Now, first I want you to just stand as though you were unconscious, waiting online for the jitney or whatever, right? Yeah, and you might find that your feet turn out in a certain way, right? So close your eyes and just feel what your relaxed posture is. Probably you're hanging out on more on one hip than the other, and when that hip gets a little tired, you might be shifting to the other, right? Your feet might be turned in or out. They might be a little wide apart. You might feel that your rib cage is collapsing down onto your pelvis, and your head is falling forward, and your arms are rotating in. These are all common symptoms of unconscious standing. Now I'd like you to transition into like a military stance. So bring the feet parallel or close together, push down, arch back, and tighten up everything. All muscles in your body firing at once. Now, this is not sustainable either. Okay? This would be exhausting over time, especially if you're using your jaw and your face. So neither is optimal. We don't want to collapse because that's going to cause compression in the joints, and we don't want to over effort because it's restricting our breath and causing more tension. So Tadasana being the middle ground, just a few pointers here. So begin at your feet, check that they're parallel and about 3 or 4 inches apart. Press down gently through the 4 corners of your feet and feel how the muscles of your legs fire up. Place your hands on your hips, poke your butt out behind you a little, widen your sitting bones, and then scoop your tailbone so that you come back up vertically. Round forward, look at your belly, fill out your back ribs, and then draw your head and shoulders back, open up your arms with your palms facing forward, and just register how this feels and whether this might be a more sustainable way to stand. Now, acknowledge that in public places, having your arms out like this might seem a little odd. So I often just put my hands on my hips. Accomplishes the same thing, right? But this would be the optimal way to be standing. Someone asked my anatomy teacher at one point, how much abdominal strength do we really need? And he said, just stand up straight. So can you guys feel that? And since we have all ladies this morning, someone also, Pilates teacher used to call it her 5-pound weight loss. Stand up straight. Low belly pulls in, right? But we're doing it without straining. So again, if I had you standing here for half an hour, you might become tired, but less tired than if you were doing the hip collapse, and a lot less tired than if you were military, rigid, and stuck. Okay? So I hope you can feel this because this is the beginning of yoga 24/7, yoga off the mat. Okay, let's do some sun salutations. Inhale, circle your arms out and up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, bend your knees if you need to, sweep your heart forward. And then exhale, step your right foot back. Yep, left foot back to meet at plank pose. I'm not going to make you hold again, but if you had to, is the weight even on the hands, the feet? Is everything working evenly? All parts of the body, all the lights are on? Good. Come forward onto your knees or down into chaturanga, whatever you're capable of. Inhale, curl up into cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left foot forward and bow. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, down again. Inhale, lengthen forward, bending the knees if you need to. Nice. Exhale, step right foot back. Left foot back. Lower down. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left and bow. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, down again. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, step right foot back and hold. Walk your fingertips back on either side of your front foot. Come up on your fingertips. So the legs are working here, not the arms. The arms are just there for balance. Now, notice which leg is working harder. Yeah, the front leg, right? So I'm on the same leg as you guys, yeah. So usually the front leg will be over-efforting and the back leg will be hanging out. That's true in pretty much every pose, every standing pose especially. So to even that out, because we want all parts participating, without actually moving your feet, pull them toward each other. You feel that? Okay, so suddenly now you've got two legs working for you, which would be a good thing. Even bring the awareness to the four corners of the front foot and make sure that it's evenly weighted. You're not rolling to the outer or inner foot. Okay, step back to plank. Pause. Check that the legs are strong and straight. The sitting bones lift up. The tailbone scoops. The arms are strong and straight. And you could hang out here for half an hour. But we won't. Lower down. Inhale, curl up, cobra or up dog. Exhale back, downward dog. And step your right foot forward. Which one is it? Right or left?
It was right last time.
Okay, so sorry, left foot forward, my bad. Just like, okay. All right, left foot forward. Now, same idea, hold. Come up off walk your fingertips back under your shoulders. And then to wake up the back leg, pull the back knee forward, front foot back, hold. And then step the left foot forward to meet the right and fold over both legs. Inhale, circle arms out and up. Exhale, down again. Inhale, lengthen your spines. Exhale, step your right foot back. Come up into high lunge. Hands to the front thigh. Good. Yes. Front foot parallel, right. Now, go ahead, place your hands on your front thigh and lean forward. So the front leg is always going to over effort here, right? So that makes you feel that especially. But do what we did before on the lower lunge. Pull the feet toward each other and then slowly come up, scoop your tailbone and see if you can get some action in that back leg. So keep pulling it energetically forward. Missy, your stance is actually a little bit long because it's hard for you to get that front knee over. Yeah, if you need to come out and take a break too. Good. You feel that back leg working? Because your front leg is shaking a little. Yeah, and then bring your torso back a little and it will help. All right, good. Release, step back to down dog. Notice how down dog is so much easier than what you just did because you got 4 limbs supporting your body and a little bit of gravity helping because you're not resisting, you're not upright. Come forward again, plank, lower down. Inhale up, exhale back. And other foot forward. I believe it's the right foot forward. All right, everybody's on the same leg this time. Good. Come up, hands on the front thigh. Lean forward and almost deliberately overload that front leg because it's working too hard anyway. And then pull the feet toward each other to wake up the back leg. And then come up standing more vertically. Yeah. And see if you can keep that back leg awake and alive. Can you come on the ball of the toe or is the balance too tricky? If not, you can do warrior one legs. That's good. Okay, hands down, step forward and bow. Inhale, arms out and up. And exhale. Okay, hands on your hips. Shift your weight to your left foot. Raise your right leg up to hip height and extend the leg out in front of you. Steady your gaze. Steady your breath. Now, the standing leg rooted firmly in the floor. Yep, I know, this is a balance check. If you lose your balance, that's all right. Just come back up. But can you wake up the raised leg? So if we were in a closed studio, I would put the top foot on the wall. In fact, if you have a wall nearby, use it. Because I really want you to feel how that raised leg, that right foot is working as hard as the left. Okay, now try this. Just bend the knee and slide back into warrior 3, hands still on your hips. So your right leg is going back behind you now, but it's pushing out to the wall behind you, long and strong. Push into the standing leg to get the weight off that pelvis. And come back up. All right, so I'm giving you guys some really tough poses here because remember, we're trying to get efficient, not proving how much strength you have, but how little energy you need to use. Think of it that way, conservation of energy. All right, second leg, right foot is down, left leg is up. Steady your gaze on a point out in front of you. If you want to do this at a wall where you can push the left foot into the wall, that's even more instructive because it can really help the alignment and remind you that that left foot is reaching out, whoops, as much as your right foot is pressing down. Okay, now swing the leg back behind you, fold forward, and actively extend through the right foot. And 2 feet down, 2 hands down, standing forward, bend. If you can't reach the floor, hands to the back of your calves. If you can reach, you can put the fingertips down or even grab hold of your big toes, pull up and lower down. And then release your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Come forward into plank, lower down onto your belly for a wide arm cobra. So fingertips out to either side, you're cupping the floor with the tips of the fingers. Now before you lift up, wake up your feet and your legs. So feet are flat on the mat, spread all 10 toenails into the floor. Legs are so strong your kneecaps lift off the mat. And then curl up head, neck, and chest. And pull back on your fingertips. Ease your heart forward, but keep the tone in your belly. So the tailbone reaches back toward your heels. Hands are helping to open your upper back, but if you want to really challenge that, can you lift your hands up off the mat and stay lifted? Yes, good. Okay, now release. Rest your forehead on your hands. Take a moment. And then roll over onto your backs and bend your knees for bridge pose. So knees are bent, feet are parallel, and arms by your sides, palms facing the ceiling. Now this is a pose where you do have to work, but often we don't work in a balanced way. So go ahead, press your hips up in the air. So mainly what you guys are probably using is your glutes. That makes the knees start to splay out to the side. So we want to bring in the glutes are your big butt muscles. We also want to work your hamstrings and your calves. So the way we wake up the body here is without actually moving your feet, pull them toward your shoulders and lengthen out through your knees. So the feet pull in toward the shoulders, the knees lengthen out, and suddenly you're working a whole group of muscles all the way down the back of the leg, not just your glutes. So this is a case of recruiting the sleepy ones and not letting the powerhouses do all the work. So just register the difference in these cues, and if you are attentive to the precise instructions that your teachers are giving you, you will find ways to be more effective and more efficient. Okay, lower your hips down, step your feet wider apart, and take windshield wipers. Just sway your knees side to side. And come back to center. Stretch your right leg down along the mat. Bend your left knee and place your left foot on your right knee. We're going to take a little baby twist. Right hand to left outer knee and just draw the knee across the body. Yep, and then right hand to left knee and just take a little twist. As you curl, take the leg all the way over. As you bring the right knee toward the mat, keep working the back of your left shoulder. So just a last little bit of effort here is to strengthen the upper back on the left side and the back of the left shoulder. Okay, come back through center and switch it out. Extend the left leg down, bend the right knee, put the right foot on the left knee. So left leg is straight. Yep, and then foot on the knee. Yep, and then left hand to the right knee. And draw it up. There you go. Good. And the working of the back of the right shoulder. Excellent. Okay, back to center. Both legs down along the mat. Raise your arms overhead. Lengthen out through your right arm and right leg actively. So stretch that side super long. left arm, left leg super long. And then diagonal, right leg, left arm. No, nothing's moving. You're just stretching the right leg and the left arm on the diagonal. And then left leg, right arm. It's like higher math. And then both arms, both legs, full body stretch, front body, back body, right side, left side. And release your arms down by your sides into Shavasana. Palms turn up, feet roll apart. Now, Shavasana is the pose of no effort. So physical body relaxed. From the soles of your feet to the top of your head. Back of the legs heavy, pelvis rooting, belly soft, shoulders resting back against the earth, back of the arms, back of the head. Face is soft. The only muscles we never use in yoga, the muscles of the face, let it go. So training yourself in Shavasana, even noticing the unconscious tension that you hold anywhere in the body, palms of the hands, soles of the feet, glutes, belly, throat, shoulders, let it go. That energy is draining you. You could use it for something else. So become a connoisseur of your own body. Use your energy well. Energy is abundant, but our ability to channel it through our bodies and into our minds and hearts is one of the gifts of yoga. That is the technique that we are learning here. It's not to become stronger and more fit. It's become more clear-headed and more intelligent about how we use the energy that we do choose to cultivate. And again, I encourage you to stay in Shavasana as long as your body needs to fully recover, emerging only when you feel that you have completely settled, released, and surrendered. Namaste. Thanks for joining me today, everyone. If you'd like to find out more about me and my yoga offerings, please visit my website, which is loisnesbittyoga.com. If you missed an episode, you'd like to replay an episode, or you want to weave some of these practices into your daily routine, please check out the archived episodes. You can find them on my yoga channel on YouTube, which is Lois Nesbitt Yoga. They're also available on the LTV East Hampton website, which is ltveasthampton.org, and the LTV YouTube channel, which is LTV East Hampton. See you next time.
LTV's programming is made possible by the New York State Council on the Arts, with the support of the Office of the Governor and the New York State Legislature.